All right, so there's a couple reasons I decided to come out this morning as well. One was to record like an updated video about the Tamron 28-200, the one that I did previously, which is this one. Y'all didn't like so well. So I thought, let me give you as best of a review that I could on the lens, since obviously you guys didn't like the last one. I love the comments. I think the comment section is great on that video. Maybe we'll go through some comments in this one. But the other reason I came out today was to get some photos of the new tallest building in Austin. So one thing that I want to do with this channel is create more videos around the process of doing what I do. It seems like as I've been pouring over the analytics, looking through everything that's been going on my channel, it seems that the videos that tend to perform best are the ones where I teach you guys the process of things. And one of the things that I've been seeing also is that we've been getting a lot of new drone pilots, new drone photographers, new drone videographers, and a lot of y'all been asking me questions of how I get certain shots, or what shots look more cinematic, or how to color grade and how to edit. So one thing I want to dedicate this channel to is more of the process of becoming a content creator, photographer, videographer, and even to the point of showing you guys how to run your own business, how to start this as a business. So I feel like if I'm able to teach the things that I'm learning, then I have a better grasp of the things that I'm doing. Like I said, especially when it comes to making this as a business, the ins and outs, the contracts, the charging, all of that. I know those are questions a lot of y'all have asked me as well. And it is difficult. At the end of the day, you want to know how to price yourself enough to make a living, but at the same time not to scare customers away. After reading so much of the comment section, and one, laughing at them, and two, pondering over the things you guys are saying, I thought to myself, well, let me redo this video, because I know a few of the comments and even conversations I've had on Instagram as well, people think that the 28-200 is a bad lens just because it has a changing f-stop. You know, it goes from a 2.8 to an f.6. And honestly, I don't really see anything bad with that. The one thing I've been telling a lot of people is it really depends on what you're using the lens for, right? If you're looking for something that's going to give you the effect of a prime lens and that really good bokeh, well, probably this lens isn't for you, but you could still kind of get away with some of the shots, and through apps and, you know, through editing, make it look like you shot it on a prime lens. But the reason I love this lens so much is because it's a great all-around lens. A 28-200, especially like if you're vlogging, or if you're doing a trip somewhere, or if you're just out on an adventure, it really allows you to get so many different details on things. So I came out today and I thought to myself, well, let me put this lens to use in a good way to show you guys the focal length that you can get on photos. And as you can see, the 28 allows you to get such a big scope of what's going on, but then when you zoom in all the way to the 200, like I said, if you're going out to do anything like travel vlogs or just regular vlogs, and if you're just going out looking for a lens that you can keep on your camera body and not change it, this is the lens for you. Now, one of the things I don't do with this lens is use it for video. Again, if it's something where I just want to have the lens on my camera body and I don't want to take it off, then I'll record with it, do some video stuff with it, because at the end of the day, if I'm shooting something wide, it's going to stay at that 2.8 and you're going to get a pretty good image. And even if I'm zooming in, like, you'll probably get a 3.4 or 4.8 or something like that. But at the end of the day, this is not my main video lens. If you're using the 28-200 and you have a really great lighting situation like I do right now, then there's no reason why you shouldn't want to be using it. If you want to have a light camera bag as well, I always have the 17-28 on me, but there's been multiple times where we just leave the house and I'll clip the 28-200 on my camera body and I leave it on there for the entire day, because I know that I'm probably not going to be vlogging as much. And I think that's like one of the hard things about that 28 is that it's pretty zoomed in. Like right now this is a 17-28. So this is a 28, right? So my arm, if I was holding it with my arm, I would probably be right there, which isn't bad, but isn't great, right? But if you're looking at a 17, like, that's amazing for vlogging. You get so much in. But even the 28 that you get with the 28 to 200. If you have a tripod, you can set it on a tripod, step back, get some good distance between you and the lens, and you have a great shot. So that's what I mean when I say it's a great lens, and it's a really good budget lens for what you're looking for. Because if you have a great lighting, especially if you're doing studio lighting, but even if you're out on a beautiful day like today, you're gonna get some really good shots because you're not having to worry about the f2.8, the f3.4, the 5.6, because you could just mess around with your ISO and you're fine. Tea time. So it's been about a year since I last made that video reviewing the Tamron 28 to 200, which means it's been a year that I've spent with this lens, shooting with it every day, taking it on so many shoots with me on a lot of my travels, and man, oh man, am I still impressed by it. First of all, look at this size. Look at this size right here. Even when it's out, it isn't that big. So it's about 4.6 inches in length and weighs 20.3 ounces, which isn't that much, especially if you're trying to keep a light camera bag. So this one and the 17 to 28 are two lenses that I always keep on me, because the 17 to 28, I'll do that lens while I'm vlogging, and then the 20 to 200, I could use it while I'm vlogging, but while I'm also trying to get detailed shots, or if I'm trying to get, you know, shots of people walking and not trying to be, you know, all up in anybody's face. This lens really, it is a do-it-all lens. I know one of the comments that we had in the comment section of that video was that someone said that this was a kit lens, and if this is a kit lens, this is the kind of kit lens that you want, especially as a new photographer. And after having this for an entire year, I could literally say this is probably one of the best lenses that I've used from Tamron. And I have the 28 to 75 and the 17 to 28, and I just continue to be amazed by what Tamron is putting out. Even though this is a year old, like, it's very lightweight. You know, listen to the zoom. The ring, after a year of using this, the ring is still smooth. The manual ring for the manual focus is still smooth. Like, this is still in really good shape after I've taken it to so many places with me. And you can get different types of content with this. And this is why this lens is so good, because even the 17 to 28 that I have, you're still getting a pretty wide angle. So, you know, there's only so much that you can do. But with the 28 to 200, you can do anything. You can do anything. And like I said, you know, as you see me on the street, I'm just walking by, looking at the buildings and taking photos of them. And the 28 allows me to get so much of the area, so much of the atmosphere into the frame. But then that 200 allows me to get so much of the detail. Like, look at the detail in these photos. Like, I am standing pretty far away from a lot of the buildings that I'm taking photos of, and this lens still gets really good detail. Now, this isn't my favorite lens for videography. I will use this on vlogs to get video, and I mean, it's just having a steady hand. But this lens for your travel vlogger, for your regular vlogger, for your photographer, for somebody who's trying to learn photography, for someone who's trying to explore different types of photography and wants to get, you know, different styles of shots, this is your lens right here. The price is amazing. I think it's about $700. Again, when you're getting into your 1.4s, 1.2 type lenses, when you're getting into your prime lenses, when you're getting into like your Sony high-end lenses, man, that's almost 3 times as much as what this lens cost. And if you're someone who is, 1, getting into photography, or 2, you want to explore more into your photography, but you don't want to break the bank for a lens, This is under $1,000. To find a lens like this under $1,000 with this kind of quality, this kind of size, I think it's impossible. But I would say the cons about this: one, it's not good in low light, mainly because it does go to that 5.6. So unless you're doing like long exposure photography that you're leaving, you're leaving it open to absorb all that light and you're still getting some good shots. Like I said, I've taken long exposure shots with this, so I know that it does well. But I wouldn't use this if I'm gonna have it on a gimbal, because if I'm trying to zoom in and zoom out, like having that kind of zoom on a gimbal isn't gonna be good. So this is not for a serious videographer. Again, for a serious videographer, I would probably, and I still use the 28-75 because it does have a 2.8 and I get to, do a little bit more with it. It's not as an extended zoom to where it hurts you as much as this one. So if you're someone who's a videographer or you want to start getting into videography, I would say if you're looking for a good zoom lens, the 28-75. I've done so many things with that one. I've used it in concerts, I've used it in clubs, I've used it in events, I've used it in so many things. I think that is a great lens for someone who is looking to be a videographer or a videographer who's still wanting to be on a budget. I did want to go through a few of these comments with you because I think they're hilarious. Hey, I'd strongly suggest a title change for this video, since you spent less than 10% of it actually using the 28-200. Anyone looking for street photography with that lens is going to be disappointed, which is a shame since this was otherwise a really nice video. See, that was like a backhanded slap, but with a compliment at the same time. So thank you for that one, John. I appreciate that. The next one. For anyone wondering, yes, this is a clickbait irrelevant title. The video has only 1 to 5% to do with the Tamron 28-200 lens. Today we'll be reviewing the Tamron 28-200, proceeds to troll us with the drone shots and irrelevant content throughout 90% of the video. It's only at the last few seconds do we see some footage. Next. Ugh, that hurts. Again, the thing about this is, even a year ago, I wasn't really into wanting to talk on the camera and doing this YouTube thing. So I was really shy about being on camera. So what I was thinking when I was making this video was, what can I do that will allow me to make at least almost a 5-minute video that some people could watch, but where I don't have to be in front of the camera and talk about this lens. So that was, again, fast forward a year from then to now, I feel way more comfortable on camera. I like talking about stuff on camera more. This really kind of encourages me, even though he's trying to discourage me, mainly because it makes me look at where I am today in my YouTube journey, feeling way more comfortable in front of the camera, feeling like I actually have the knowledge to explain the things that I like about the gear. Back then, it was just kind of like, I don't want to be on camera, but I feel like I should make a video for YouTube, and let me just show people the focal length. Like that was like my idea behind that video. So I hope, Damien, that you come back to the channel. Maybe this part 2 video will make you come back and subscribe. If not, I hope you have a nice journey along your way in life. This video has nothing to do with the 28-200. Wow. Thanks for the time waste. John, you're welcome. I feel like you're going to waste your time on something else, so I'm glad that you're able to waste it on my video. And the last one, with a name that I can't pronounce, says, Street Photography with Tamron 28-200 millimeter lens, Sony A7C. 70% of 360 Insta, 15% of 17-28, 10% drone shot, 4% intro, 1% 28-200. I think he broke down the video pretty well. So I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you stay till the end, comment below. I want to give you a thumbs up and a high five. And until the next video, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.